The perfect balance of art and technology. The sleek look of sophistication.
Our toilet isn't smart enough. We need a smart toilet.
That's true.
Our toilet is stupid.
Our toilet is definitely not sexy
Tomorrow's
enough.
comforts are here today.
Oh boy. I'm getting hard. Are you getting wet?
Yeah.
You're about to be wet with Kohler's immersive new bidet. Okay.
Find curves and a stunning form.
Also, who would want their toilet, by the way, at the edge with the windows where the whole city can see you pooping?
I mean, I think that's perfect placement, honestly. Imagine being able to poop with an entire cityscape below you to admire.
Finally,
that's like you are the king of the world at that point.
Finally, the entire city can watch me as I wipe my ass.
That's called power, Joshua. You've just never felt that before.
Finally, I can live my most shameful moments in front of everyone in the entire city. That's strange.
Veil is state-of-the-art performance sculpted for the ultimate comfort.
I can feel it coming in the end. Okay, sorry.
It feels like there should be like a supermodel in like a really flowy dress that kind of like comes out and then says like in a whisper voice. That's
this is how I found out about the toilet, Lauren.
The toilet from French makers.
Lauren, without even any tint of sarcasm, that's exactly how I found this. I saw a commercial with a lady in a flowing dress running around in a beautiful city, and then she comes across this black elegant toilet, and then it's Kohler smart toilets or whatever. So I had to look them up and figure out what the hell that was.
It was Keira Knightley, and she's like, she was like, toilette intelligence.
Oh, toilette intelligence.
Oh.
Oui, oui, oui.
For the perfect feeling on your anus.
Oui, oui. Oui? Okay,
but I feel like that's what this commercial is getting to.
Yeah.
Because it's almost done in like those perfumey commercial styles.
Yes.
Where it's like so serious, so sleek. Kind of a mix between that and a car commercial too.
It looks like a trash can. It doesn't look it looks like a trash can toilet.
Oh, the ones like you step on and the lid comes
yeah,
out?
Exactly. Like you step on it, the lid opens, you piss in it, you close it. I don't know. In a way, it is a trash can for your filth.
One-touch control of cleansing features.
Wow. Wow.
Comes with its own touch. Wait, what are all of those options? You can water temperature you can change, massage. What kind of massage?
I think some of these...
My nuts? Are you going to massage my nuts while I poop?
Definitely. I think some of these are just symbols from the Avatar. I think one is the Air Nation, one
Air,
is the fire.
Water, earth, fire. They do look like that. That's funny.
That's what I'm getting off of this.
You can get a front wash and a rear wash.
Yeah.
That's pretty helpful. I can clean off my nasty nuts. Although this is probably for veggies, don't you think?
It can be for nutties.
It's for veggies and nutties. Hold on, Emma's calling. She should be on part of the podcast here.
Yeah, she's probably calling from a smart toilet.
Hold on 1 second. Hello. We're doing the podcast right now, so you're on it, and I'm holding it up to the microphone.
Oh shit! Hey.
We're reviewing different smart toilets and trying to figure out if we should have them in our home, and I think so. Do you know what a smart toilet is?
No, but I'm tired of having a dumbass toilet.
Like brother, like sister. That's exactly what I said.
This toilet's dumb as hell.
But this one has a front wash and a rear wash for your veggies and your ballsies.
Now that's a necessity.
Well, can we call you back when we're done?
Yeah, that sounds good.
All right, love you.
Bye-bye now.
Bye-bye now.
Love you.
Love you, bye.
All right, let's keep watching here.
A seat cover that automatically opens and closes with adjustable sensing distance.
So it senses when you're near and it opens up for you.
Yeah, it's also got 4-wheel drive. How many horsepower does this toilet have?
You have to pull a string to start it up like a lawnmower.
Yeah. Why wasn't Matthew McConaughey the voice on this? He sponsors Lincoln. He should do the smart toilets too.
With ergonomic French curved seat is shaped for comfort.
Ergonomic French curved seat is shaped for comfort.
It's shaped inward so your butt cheeks open up and help you. That's all it is. For comfort is really just, it's shaped so that your butt cheeks will spread.
Yeah.
So you don't have to do that yourself with your hands like I have to do. No,
actually, it's got like a little claw device that comes out of the bottom and it reaches directly into your butthole.
Into your colon and pulls all of the turds out.
So you don't even have to push.
We really are working Crass podcast.
Working ass podcast today.
The front wash cleanses gently.
I was right.
With air-infused water using 78 fine nozzles.
Holy moly. See, this little thing comes out, though, to wash your vagina. Wash my pussy. And it's like, I'm afraid I can't do that. You haven't taken a shit yet. What is his name? Hank? Hal?
Hal.
Yeah. It's your toilet is the Hal.
Yeah.
I'm afraid I can't clean your asshole today, Lauren.
Pulsating wash cleanses and massages. And spiral spray wash effectively cleanses a broad area.
God, this is getting me hard. That's incredible. We have to get this. What if, has there ever been an incident where a bidet like accidentally gets turned on when no one's sitting on the seat and so it just sprays all over the bathroom?
I guess.
Surely there has to be.
I guess it has to.
It's a device that shoots out of the toilet. So if you accidentally turn it on or it accidentally gets activated when no one's sitting on the toilet, it's going to go everywhere. It's not going to go down.
Well, this is a smart toilet, so it knows. It knows when to go on and when not to go on.
I think you could actually use it as like a water fountain, like in school, you know? It's a little spigot. It comes right out. You just catch it at the other end.
It was shot kind of like in Planet Earth. They have those fish.
If Byron were here, he'd go, I drink the bidet water.
Yeah, he would. You know,
I'm not afraid.
It is kind of shot like in Planet Earth. There's that scene with those fish that shoot up the water and knock the bugs off the plant with their little like, water spigots.
Yes. Yeah.
It is shot. I think they got the same director.
That's pretty awesome. They literally Planet Earth, Planet Earth team.
Yeah, they were like, we like what you did with those fish that shoot the water rockets at the bugs. Do the same thing with our toilet.
What's the guy's name? Attenborough, the guy who narrates them.
Yeah.
He should be narrating this.
Yeah. The Duke is.
The Duke is. A man pooping in his natural habitat on a smart toilet.
Sterilized water disinfects the nozzle after each use.
So it stays clean so I can use it as a drinking fountain.
An automatic UV light sanitizes the nozzle every 24 hours.
Holy moly.
Warm air drying maintains cleanliness and comfort.
You get a warm air dry after you get...
That's nice.
And the automatic...
That's nice.
Lauren would love that.
I would.
The automatic deodorizer keeps your bathroom fresh. It automatically pooperies your bathroom.
That is not... Honestly, I'm sold.
Yeah, but it's probably $77 million.
I just want the tagline to be one of those supermodel actresses to be like, I'm dumb, but my toilet is smart. Shh.
I'm dumb. That's funny. Well, folks, welcome to Working Crass Podcast. This is Lauren.
Hello.
And I'm Joshua. And thanks for listening. Thanks for tuning in. We got a lot of silly things to talk about here.
You know, I was really tempted instead of doing hello to say boom chakalaka laka, but I didn't.
Okay.
But I've been
But
thinking.
then you started thinking about it. You go, well, I better say it now.
I know, because I was like, maybe I missed an opportunity.
Well, you never want to miss an opportunity.
Should I start saying that at the beginning?
No.
Should that be my new thing? Should I be the boom chakalaka lady?
I can confidently say no.
Okay.
Absolutely. 100% no. No need to do that. No purpose.
All right, fine.
Now, last time on our episode, we talked about Indians on Grindr.
Yeah.
And we played a lot of like, we played a lot of like
sexy
Indian
music.
sexy like Indian music. Yeah.
Yeah.
We made fun of Indian people, which I feel ashamed about because we did decide that this podcast has turned a new leaf and we're going to like be respectful of people.
Be better people.
We're going to be better people.
Yeah.
And I feel bad about the jokes that we made. And actually, the joke, our podcast went kind of viral over there in India. And because they know we're a comedy podcast, they started attacking this comedy club in India.
Yeah.
So this is footage of a comedy club being just overthrown by these Indian guys in Mumbai. And we're
there.
We were booked for a show in Mumbai
Yeah.
for Working Crass podcast with Josh and Lauren in Mumbai.
Yeah.
Rare opportunity, but very excited to do it. And this is what happened.
Honestly, it's like that's the heart of comedy, right? Mumbai.
Mumbai is like
They say
is the
that.
Mecca. Is
Yeah.
the Mecca of improv, I
Well,
believe.
it's the Mumbai of improv.
Mumbai. All right, let's check this out. And I want to apologize. I know usually comedy shows that we do don't result in this level of anger, but
I mean, it does result in this level of destruction,
What?
but it's usually like from people who are happy and having fun.
yeah, of course. I mean, yeah, usually we encourage it, but this is too much. They're destroying the structure of the comedy club.
Yeah,
Like
things got a little out of hand.
Yeah, this is way too much. Let's take a listen and listen closely to this one.
You are fucking you bloody bastard bitch, you.
They were very angry. They were just very angry.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay, so obviously this isn't because of us. But well, obviously it is because of us and we're very sorry. But
Yeah.
in another world,
Yeah,
this is actually
we played the
because
smart toilet commercial video for them, and they were really angry because they were like, "How dare you tempt us with this technology?"
how dare you? We have perfectly good streets to shit in.
I'm sorry, that was wrong of me. We're trying to be better people.
Smart toilet, why not smart street? So I can shit in the street.
I get air dry and power wash right on the street.
What is air dry if not wind? All right. Well, what is toilet if not street? This is actually party workers who vandalized a comedy house and hotel in Mumbai over remarks made by a comedian on the chief minister of the state.
Interesting.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
So, and we're sorry to the chief minister of the state for making jokes about him,
Yeah.
or her, or whatever they are.
Yeah.
I don't know 100% what the chief minister of the state does. Do you? You know more about
I don't know.
geopolitics than I do.
Yeah, I don't know what the chief minister of the state of India, of Mumbai, does.
But regardless, we still dressed up as the chief minister of the state of Mumbai. and
Yeah, we did. We were
did
like,
a little racist dance.
we were
and-
like, we want to follow in the footsteps of Trudeau because he's a really like respected politician, and we're like, if he did it, surely it's good enough for us.
And we're sorry to the comedy club because they're closed down. They're not having any more shows. They've done structural damage to the building that this was in. So
Yeah.
it ignited a lot of anger. But you know what? I think we're all better people for having lived through it.
Yeah, honestly, what doesn't completely destroy your comedy club makes you stronger.
Makes you stronger. Absolutely. And, not shitting in a toilet makes you stronger, of a man. Learning how to not shit in the toilet and
Yeah.
just shit in public
Yeah. Makes your nose a little stronger.
makes your nose a little stronger.
Yeah.
So I became stronger on my trip to India is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I'm saying I pooped on the street. That's what I'm trying to say. People don't like when comedians say things they don't agree with because usually comedians tell the truth Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they do. They're not obligated to do either.
Honestly, they're not like the Working Crass podcast who only tells the truth.
We've only ever told the truth. Even if what we said in one podcast contradicts what we said in another podcast, we were telling the truth in both scenarios. The information has just changed. Sorry. That's just what it is. But no matter what people say online, there's always people out there that want them to stop saying it, to stop speaking. And this is the CEO of NPR talking about how truth kind of gets in the way of getting things done. So I wanted to take a quick listen to this because
that's our podcast motto.
That's 100% our podcast motto. Truth kind of gets in the way. Telling the truth. Let's listen.
But what about the hard things, the places where we are prone to disagreement, say politics and religion?
Yeah.
Well, as it turns out, not only does Wikipedia's model work there, it actually works really well. Because in our normal lives, these contentious conversations tend to erupt over disagreement about what the truth actually is. But the people who write these articles, they're not focused on the truth. They're focused on something else, which is the best of what we can know right now. And after 7 years of working with these brilliant folks, I've come to believe that they are onto something, that perhaps for our most tricky disagreements, seeking the truth and seeking to convince others of the truth might not be the right place to start.
Yeah.
In fact, our reverence for the truth might be a distraction that's getting in the way
of
finding common ground and getting things done.
Sorry, I didn't know that was where it was going.
Lying. Yeah. So we're gonna try a little harder to stop telling so much truth on this podcast because we understand how it can get in the way. It can just kind of get in the way of.
Yeah, I think she's absolutely spot on. I think that the best way to adjudicate really complex and difficult subjects is to have just random people on the internet decide for you. And it doesn't really matter if they're right or wrong.
Yeah. And if you need a place to adjudicate away from people, then you could do it on a smart toilet. Because I usually adjudicate on a smart toilet because it's kind of shameful to do it around other people. But here she is on stage adjudicating all over these people.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I might not know what the definition of that word is.
It's like come to a decision. That's what it means.
Well, I definitely come. When I adjudicate. Cool. Well, that being said, let's switch it. Do you have anything else that you thought about this NPR CEO talking about how truth gets in the way of getting things done?
I did watch some clips of I think it was the Senate hearing.
Yeah, because they talked about
with her, and it is pretty wild.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were some pretty wild things.
Well, should we watch them?
I mean, yeah, if you want, if you can find it.
Yeah. Let's see.
YouTube it. YouTube that shit.
Okay. Who's that person sitting next to me? YouTube that shit. Go on. Come on, girl. YouTube that shit. NPR CEO Congress.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
The congressional hearing. Yeah.
Here's some key moments from Blaze TV.
So you know this is going to be unbiased.
Let's see here.
Is Uri Berliner?
Mr. Berliner is a former senior editor.
That's all?
A former senior business editor for NPR.
How long do you work at NPR?
I believe he was there just over 25 years.
25 years? Award-winning journalist? Did he win any awards?
Our time to
Peabody Award? That's pretty important, isn't it?
That is, absolutely.
So pretty distinguished journalist, right?
Certainly.
And he wrote a long story about what you do at NPR. Is NPR biased?
Is it biased?
Congressman, I have never seen any instance of political bias determining editorial decisions. No.
Well, Miss Bird.
You hear people laughing. That's great. She's funny. She should get booked in Mumbai.
Berliner, in his story last year, wrote, in the D.C. area, editorial positions at NPR, he said he found 87 registered Democrats 0 Republicans. Is that accurate?
We do not track the numbers or the voter registration, but I find that
Was
concerning.
award-winning journalist who worked 25 years at NPR, Mr. Berliner, was he lying when he wrote that?
I am not presuming such. I just don't have. We don't track that information about our journalists.
87-0.
87-0. I think that's unbiased.
We
I
just
think
don't-
that's
we
pretty
don't really-
objective. I don't think we lean a certain way.
We just happened to only hire people of one side of the issue and never hired somebody on the other side. When we don't ask them, we don't know. But I guess it could work that way, right? Because it is NPR. The people who are showing up like, I want to work at NPR aren't going to be like
Yeah.
conservative people.
Yeah. You're probably not getting a lot of crossover of Blaze journalists to NPR and vice versa.
Right. It's not going to be someone pulling up to the NPR parking lot with bumper stickers on their truck
Yeah.
with truck nuts.
Yeah.
There's probably 0 truck nuts in the NPR parking lot. And that's the problem.
Well, there's probably 0 nuts in the NPR parking lot when you think about it.
Yeah, no, definitely. The balls that are there are shriveled. They're not hanging.
Shrunken.
They're not hanging low. They're not hanging low and close to the street where they should be, like a good pair of truck nuts.
Yeah.
That's the problem with NPR. No truck nuts in the parking lot at NPR.
You think somebody will put truck nuts on their smart toilet at some point?
Oh God, I hope so. I really hope so.
Yeah.
God damn, what a great idea.
I hope somebody kind of...
Ideas like these are why I can tell that you're from Greek heritage, because you're like one of the great philosophers. And I hear something,
Inventors.
and one of the great inventors of our time.
Yeah.
You go, can you put truck nuts on a toilet?
They
And
said it couldn't be
I
done.
heard my brain start to go like it's sparking because you've created something so genius.
Yeah. They said it couldn't be done. They said it shouldn't be done. But I beat them all. I disproved them all.
Miss Catherine Marr, what do you think about putting truck nuts on a smart toilet? Well, we're unbiased and we believe that anybody.
You're telling me that
NPR does not-
a journalist at NPR found that there was 87 people and they all did not believe that you could put truck nuts on a toilet and 0 people believed that you could? And you're telling me that's not bias?
Let's go. This is the most replayed section here. Let's see.
I finally figured out.
Oh, God damn it. I don't want to watch a commercial. This is stupid.
Cut the commercial.
Cut the commercial.
Cut the commercial. It's
Cut
not a smart
the
toilet commercial. We
commercial.
don't care.
Mar, I want to start with you. Just generally, would you say you generally agree or disagree with the following statement? The history of all hitherto existing society is the history of class struggles?
I would not say I agree with that, sir.
You're not. That's good to hear. It's interesting because a lot of your thinking, as expressed by your public statements, is deeply infused with economic and cultural Marxism. Do you believe that America is addicted to white supremacy?
I believe that I tweeted that, and as I've said earlier, I believe much of my thinking has evolved over the last half decade.
It has evolved. Why did you?
My thinking has evolved. So basically, when I first tweeted that, 7 million people who are influencers on Twitter with more than 14 billion others who are following them have said similar things. So basically for the, basically for the clicks and like for the attention, I said it. Now attitudes have changed and it's not okay to say that. So I've reevaluated my opinions and I've determined that I don't believe that and I wouldn't say that. It isn't to mean that I believed it then, because I didn't. I just said it for attention. But I also don't believe it now. But truly, if I had to be honest, I believe it now, and I believed it then.
And actually, my thinking has evolved so that I believe it a little bit more.
I believe it actually a little bit more now. And I plan on going back to NPR and making sure that we write more about it now. Thank you. Next question, please. All right, I'm done with this NPR lady.
Yeah. That was less wild than I remembered it, but...
Yeah, you said it's wild.
It's wild.
I
I know. I hyped it up.
Thought they were going to be, pooping on each other and
Yeah.
stuff.
In my memory, it was different. But that's the thing about memory. Sometimes it's like when you're a kid and you remember things as being like super awesome, and then you
Yes.
revisit it as an adult and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
actually that was kind of,
What did you think as a kid of substitute teachers?
Most of the time, I thought that they were really sad people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you ever have a like borderline mentally retarded substitute teacher?
Yes.
Yeah, I did too. We had a couple of them in Texas. That was actually a common thing. That's like they can't be qualified as a teacher, so they'll become a substitute teacher, and they will actually send in a person who is like mentally challenged to run a class of teenagers. And then the class of teenagers are like, well, I'm going to pull that retard's pants down. And that's what they do. That's reality.
Yeah.
It's not pretty, and I'm not saying it's funny. I'm just saying that's reality. It happens.
It's a dog eat dog world.
But yeah, I feel like every, it's just, it opens you up to be like the victim of the classroom, unless you're going to like some really fancy, like respectful school or whatever. Or if the school, like if the classrooms have teaching assistants that are also present in the room so that they could report back and it's someone familiar. But when like, man, I know kids like destroyed substitutes when I was working as a teacher. Like, some of them like would quit day one just after the things that they would do to them. Yeah. And some substitutes in some school districts get like stabbed and shit. Like,
oh dang.
Yeah, like it just depends on the school district. I guarantee that happens. There's always stories about like kids like going after teachers and stuff. Especially substitutes, you feel like, well, you're not going to be here tomorrow, so fuck, who cares? And it's always, and I'm guilty of this. When I was in school, if there's a substitute there, I'm like, well, guess we don't got to do anything today, and you can't make me do any work. Another fun one, and this happened to me because I was a music teacher, so I saw 5 different groups of kids each day of the week. So throughout the whole week, I wouldn't see the same kid twice. It was like hundreds of kids throughout the week, and then I wouldn't see them again until the next week. And they are all Mexican, so I can't remember their names. It's like, how many Juans do we have? Like, we have too many Juans and too many Enriques, too many Manuels. Like, it was too hard to remember everybody because, I'm white. I'm, inherently racist at birth. So I can't tell them apart.
And you learned that from listening to NPR.
I learned that from listening to NPR, and I'm not afraid to admit it. But no, it's just I remembered the kids that made an impact on me, and I don't remember the kids that, were just kind of I just can't remember all of them. It's hundreds and hundreds of kids.
Yeah.
But anyway, they know that. They know if their teacher, first of all, they know also the art teacher and the PE teacher also don't know all of their names because it's just too many kids. They see too many kids every day and they cycle through them. So if they get in trouble, you got to write their name down. That's, by the way, a key of teaching. You don't even have to do anything with the list of names you write down. Just write their name on the board, and 9 times out of 10, it stops things because they go, shit, you wrote my name on the board. But it doesn't. You don't have to do anything with that. You just write their name down on the board. But if you don't know their names, then you have to go, what's your name? And then they'll go, Manuel. And then some girl in the class who's the teacher's pet goes, no, his name's not Manuel. Like he'd be lying. And he goes, no, it is Manuel. She goes, that's Enrique. No, I'm Manuel. Teacher, she's lying. I'm Manuel. Then you don't know what name to write. Or the kid would say somebody in the class that they don't like. Like they would go, oh, it's Enrique. And then Enrique would stand up and go, it's not me. That's him. Anyway. So substitute teachers, I'm sure, had it way harder than that.
Yeah.
And on Reddit, somebody had shared, they were a substitute teacher, and they shared this handout that they got from the school for their guidelines for being a substitute teacher. I'm assuming this is a school similar to what I taught in, just based on the language used here. So we're going to read it.
Okay.
Substitute guidelines. The entire class period should be silent. The first conversation will be an invitation for others to join in without consequences. Nip it in the bud immediately. There is no level of consistent talk that is acceptable, especially to the point that another teacher has to leave their classroom to yell at your students. As soon as someone taught, and they changed the font here for whatever reason. I guess they decided that what's about to be written sounds so harsh that they need to put it in playful font so that it seems a little less harsh.
Yeah, yeah.
It looks very pretty, but The words are, as soon as someone talks, please warn them that their card will be signed the next time that they speak. If they continue, write down their name, and I'll sign their behavior card upon my return. If it still doesn't stop, they will receive detention. This is, I guess, from the teacher to the substitute. So,
dang.
Hey, but some schools, this is what's required. Like, as soon as you do let one kid talk, immediately everyone starts to talk, and then you lose control of the classroom. You do actually kind of have to nip it in the bud, especially for young students like this.
Yeah. The teacher's like, on my desk, there is a roll of duct tape. As soon as a student arrives to the classroom, promptly take the duct tape and place it over the student's mouth. Have them sit at their desks. Once all students are duct taped, you may begin the lesson.
If a student removes their duct tape, promptly smack them.
If a student removes their duct tape, there is a gun on my desk.
Oh my God. That's too funny.
Begin with a pistol whipping.
They told me when I first started at that school that on day one, they said, do not be nice on day one. Do not be nice the entire first week. And then you can be nice. You have to be mean. And so they know what you are like when you're mean, so that they don't want that, so that they continue to behave in your class.
Yeah.
And when I first taught, I was like, no, that's stupid.
Yeah.
You have to be their friend. Kids will learn easier if you're their friend, and they'll want to learn because you're friendly and they like you. Kids want to learn from people they like.
And kids...
So what I should do is I should have all the kids like me, and if they all like me, then they'll all want to learn.
Yeah, and they'll never take advantage of me.
Exactly. And then, of course, come on, camera, focus. Focus on our faces. There we go. Focus. Of course, I learned my lesson and then had to, from then on, like day one was always like, sit down, you little bastard. I don't know. Anyway, please.
Day one, you just treat it like when all the kids get to the chocolate factory and you take them down the tunnel ride and they have to witness those like really jarring images with like the changing
There's
lights.
Scary light below my face. I'm going,
and they're all crying at their desk. Make it stop. Make it stop.
Welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to hell. And then the bell rings and you turn the lights on. You're like, all right, see you tomorrow.
Mister, can I go to the restroom? The restroom.
That's cute.
The restroom? You fool!
Much too good for children.
Don't you know we have a smart toilet in the classroom? Down with your pants. Okay,
Only the lucky children will use the smart toilet.
That was another scary thing is like on day one when there's like kindergartners coming up to you going, can you help me put my pants back on after they use the restroom? And you're like, as an adult male, I'm like, no, I'm not doing that.
No, I can't.
I'm like, I'm not falling for that shit. Absolutely not. You keep your pants off until a woman enters this room and she can do it. I'm a man. I will not. I'll go, I never touched him.
You're looking
he came up to me asking me to help him with his pants. I said, absolutely not. Joke's not going to be on me.
You literally look around every corner for Chris Hansen. You're just like, who's setting me up?
I'd start recording on my phone, just recording
Yeah.
a child whose pants have fallen down. And I'm recording him going, look, I'm not touching him. I'm not touching him. Just for the record, I'm leaving. My hands are up here.
His pants are down there.
His pants are down there. No, you have to help kids put their pants back on all the time, constantly. It's literally, I'd say 80% of the job is putting kids' pants back on.
God.
It sucks. And kids accidentally shitting their pants and vomiting and stuff in class. Yeah. Please write down the names of offenders. If you don't let us know, this is great. Write down their name. I'm telling you, it's perfect. All you have to do is write it down. That's all you have to do. I'm writing your name down. Here's a better one. Keep a notepad. If you're like me and you don't know any of their names, keep the notepad. And then when they are acting up, you go, I'm writing your name down. And they'll go, you don't know my name. And I'll go, I absolutely do. And I've written it down. And I just scribbled that I don't fucking know. They're absolutely right. I do not know.
Do you tell them this is practice for when you get a DUI? We know that's coming.
No, but I did have one of those, first year teacher breakdowns where I'm like, you're all going to work at McDonald's. And you're all ungrateful. And you're blah, blah, blah. You'll never amount to anything. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. You learn after time that is not the way to handle things.
And then they're all like, I love McDonald's. What's bad about that? I love McDonald's. Joke's on you.
They go, no, I'm going to jail like my dad.
Well, you get McDonald's every day.
Oh, my God. If you don't let us know which students chose not to behave properly, they will have gotten away with that behavior, and it will encourage them to behave that way again when they have a substitute. This sets your colleagues up for failure. Students should remain in their own seats at all times. They are never allowed to work with a partner and are never allowed to sit wherever they would like to. Do not give out blank and do not give out detentions. Please document positive and negative behaviors, and we will handle the distribution of actions related to their behaviors. Please don't tell students Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so is not here today, so we're going to follow my rules. Few things will win you less favor with both students and colleagues than showing blatant disrespect for the teacher for which you are covering. Jesus. This person had a bunch of bad substitutes.
Yeah.
Here was my substitute. So when you call off sick and you're going to have a substitute, you have to leave instructions for the substitute. Here were my instructions every time. The DVDs are in the third cabinet from the left. Use the laptop. Here's the password for the laptop. Put the DVD in the laptop. Connect it to the projector. Let the kids watch the DVDs. Play whatever one you want. They will say they've watched this one before. I don't care. They're watching it again. They will say he never gives us work. All we do is watch these DVDs. And I say, I don't care. Watch it again and be quiet.
You say, that is true. Continue that pattern.
When the DVDs are over, ask them, how did they feel about what they watched? That is their assignment, to answer the question. In my defense, they were educational DVDs about music history. So
yeah,
they weren't just. Well, some of them were just Looney Tunes. Some of them we just made them watch Looney Tunes.
Well, Looney Tunes has great music.
It has great music, and it uses classical music. Thank you. You're right.
See, I got your back.
Thank you.
I would support your teaching methods.
I wish you were there in the meetings with my principal.
You say it's got tunes in the name. Tunes, songs, tunes.
And you don't get it. They're loony. Finally, please make sure that you are consistently and actively monitoring the students as they work. Change your location often and walk around the room to ensure they are doing as they are supposed to be. These are 7th graders and will take any instance available to push the envelope of what they can get away with. Your consistent monitoring / proximity will greatly limit that. This is just teaching her how to teach, basically. Teaching the substitute. I honestly hope that you find this information as helpful and take it as such. Unfortunately, some negative past experiences have caused us quite a few problems, so we wanted to make our expectations more clear so that we both have a more positive experience. This is a person in charge of teaching students. Look at the way that they've written this and changed the font up.
5 different fonts on this one page.
You're responsible for teaching 7th graders. You can't even write a proper document.
Too many font changes.
They actually have the mentally retarded teaching students nowadays. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Too many font changes, and this needed to be bullet points.
Yes, absolutely. Bullet points. Too much in general. This needs to be edited down. Yeah. Way too much information. Yeah. Way.
Yeah.
Well, that's fun. That's interesting.
I'm surprised there's not a thing in there that says, as the children are working, sneak up behind them and then say, what are you doing?
Don't be afraid to put them in the chokey. Don't be afraid to use the classroom chokey. And don't let them tell you that they don't want to go in the chokey. when you put them in the chokey, they must tell you, "Thank you, Mr. or Mrs. Substitute, for putting me in the chokey. I wanted to go there because of my actions and my words." Jeez. And I'll say this. This is another thing I learned teaching. Some kids, there's no help for them. They're fucked. That's just it.
Yeah.
There's no help for them in the future. They will never. And of those, 99% of them, it's the parents' fault, and the parents have just completely failed at raising a child. And the other 1% is just genetic, like this is a gerbil. This is a gerbil with like an arm, like a mutated thing that came out of a sewer at a radioactive plant.
Yes, from eating too much of the red dye 40.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And they just show up in your classroom and go, "Kill me! Kill me!" And you have to try to teach it how to play the drums.
Yeah, it's basically the blobfish just sitting at a desk.
Why am I alive? Kill me. I go, "No, play the drum. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, boom, boom. Everybody play with me. Simple rhythm. Boom, boom, boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
I wanna die. I wanna die."
Yeah.
Now, I'm joking though that we shouldn't make fun of substitutes who are, mentally handicapped in any way. They're allowed to teach. People with handicaps can have any profession they want. They're handicapped. There is no handicap in the world that prevents you from having any profession in the entire world that you want. Don't you agree with that statement?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
100%.
I can never tell if you're sarcastic or if you really agree with that. I saw this video. I saved it for near the end of the podcast.
Gosh.
And just
what is this gonna be?
well, let's just watch it, I guess, and then we'll make our decisions about it. Fair warning, it's annoying. It's like a really annoying video, so it might give you a headache. Just fair warning.
What should Sophia wear for your brother's wedding?
I think this dress could be really nice.
Or maybe this one a little less formal.
It pairs well with her beautiful smile.
I want to be where this decision is made. Where this decision is made. I want to have a say in the dress that I wear. Don't you think that it's fair? Let me have a look at these clothes. You want the truth.
I want to wear a vest, a life vest. I want to wear my duck slippers. I want to wear... Let me have the decision. I want to wear my boxing gloves to the wedding.
I want to wear 16 different patterns.
I want to wear a dead bird in my hair because I think it's cool. I love it there.
I want to wear 2 different types of shoes. And they don't even need to be the same height.
I want to wear my pizza shirt, please. Let me wear my pizza shirt, please.
Let me wear my taco pants, please.
I want to wear my Rick and Morty shirt, please. Please let me wear my Rick and Morty shirt.
I want to wear 10 coats in the summer.
I want to wear a leather harness with sleeves. Please let me wear those, please.
I want to wear a snorkel and flip-flops.
I'm sorry, weird. Okay, let's keep going.
The objective of this meeting is to approve this new proposal for an elegant and functional train station.
I want to be where this decision is made. Where this decision is made. If I'm here, I can help you recall that what's right for some isn't always right for all. Here's the
Okay, and this is do we need the guy in the wheelchair to tell us that we have to have ramps at the train station?
I mean,
do you have to have a guy in a wheelchair working in the room with the decisions to let us know? I think we know. I'm pretty sure that's already there's like a code for buildings.
Compliance.
Yeah, exactly. To
like
be compliant
it has to be
with
ADA
the city.
compliant.
Exactly.
It would violate city code. You usually have somebody there who understands all the legal things that you have to do and abide by.
Right. But
it doesn't necessarily mean it has to be a person in a wheelchair who has that job.
Yeah.
Although it can be.
Yeah, absolutely.
Just seems a little on the nose, right?
A little too much. A little too much. Also, that actor, not really. They have working legs. I'm just joking. They probably don't. They probably hired someone who doesn't. That would be the activist-y thing to do for this video. So,
see, but I thought it wasn't, because there was a thing with like in sort of the activism circles that it's not their job to educate you.
That's correct.
It's your job
to educate yourself.
To make them have to do the intellectual labor of telling you that the thing needs a ramp.
And they should be at home on unemployment.
Yeah.
And disability.
And you should know that.
And have disability checks from the government so that then that way they can live their life. But you, at your job, you should know. You should teach yourself.
Yeah.
Not, I'm going to show up and work there.
So honestly, this is kind of ableist.
A little bit.
Like
Actually, when you really look at it, when you look at it from Lauren's perspective, actually, yeah.
You're making the handicapped person do the intellectual labor here, and that's kind of unfair.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Like, why not have the director of the boardroom saying those things?
Yeah.
Make a change. Make a difference.
I want to stay at home because I'm in a wheelchair. I'm staying at home. I'm not going up there.
Because there are a lot of stairs.
You got to build a ramp so everything is fair. And they go,
that's pretty good.
And they go, we know. We were planning on building a ramp already. And he goes, well, I'm going home then. I don't really care.
It sounds like you guys have got this together.
All right, let's keep going.
All right.
New place for all supplies. You might not realize that for me it's too high.
Ever heard of a step stool?
Yeah. Girl, I use a step stool to reach things in my cabinets because I'm too short. It's not that big a deal.
Also, how rude would you have to be in the workplace to like bring your new employee around who's short and can't reach a shelf and go, and up here you have all of these items that you can't reach, huh?
Yeah.
This is where everything you need is, right up here.
Yeah.
And then you just look at them.
Yeah.
I mean, that seems pretty rude.
Yeah.
And up here is everything you need. Oh, I guess you won't be able to reach it, huh? Man, that sucks. It's like no one's doing that. That doesn't exist.
Yeah, they would also like make sure to have accommodations.
Sure.
So that you were able to reach everything that you needed. Like,
sure.
Nobody is going to deny you that.
And we can say all of that because I'm married to a midget, and she, a clinical and diagnosed midget with dwarfism.
No.
At our wedding, she said, I do.
I said, I'm part of the Lollipop Guild.
You hear this, you got to dash.
So this one you might not understand if you're listening to the podcast because it only has, but they're at a school assembly telling people that if the fire alarm goes off, you have to get out of the school, and there's a deaf guy singing, I guess, that if you can't hear it, then you'll end in ash. So he's afraid he'll burn up. Which, whoever wrote this, to cast the black guy saying you'll end in ash, little racist, don't you think?
Just a smidge.
Just a smidge. Wow, feminist Instagram page. Maybe don't do that. We're calling you out. Working Crass Podcast is calling you out.
Calling you out.
You fucking.
Fuck you, buddy.
I fuck you back.
All right, let's keep going.
Our info points now have touch screens.
It's great for those who are able to see.
Did they let's keep going.
Take my term for write new laws.
So give her the seat too.
Wait, what was the legless lady? What was her gripe? That legless people can't perform law? I feel like the law doesn't really practice of the law doesn't really require you to have legs. I don't.
They
think
also
that's,
hired someone with a big wooden prosthetic leg, and they're like, "All right, for this scene, I want you to stomp that thing in there. I want you to take that thing and stomp it. Make a big old noise with that thing. Make people go, damn, she ain't got no leg. I want you to do that. Go on. We're recording now. Go on.
Try and make a crater in the earth.
And action. Stomp that thing, man. I mean, stomp it. Looks heavy, man. How do you keep that shit on your leg? Anyway, go ahead. Action. Stomp it."
Well, look, if there are, in fact, people that are keeping out legless lawyers from the courtroom, that is wrong.
Oh, for sure. And there's not. So the things are looking up. It's true.
This is what I'll wear.
Okay. Here's the thing. Here's the thing.
I'm wearing a tutu and a blazer.
Arguing that for accessibility for people with disabilities, that we need people to speak up for others with disabilities so that they're able to access all of the services that we all have, is a fair argument to make. This is an obnoxious way to make it. Very annoying, obnoxious way to make it.
Yeah.
And also, in some ways, you're trivializing these people and you are exploiting all of these people by using it for the kind of like push your political. Just focus on those places that do not have accessibility for people with disabilities and focus on changing that for those places.
Yeah.
But this does nothing.
Yeah.
This is performative.
Yes.
This is 100%. Look at us. This is what we believe. We have to start speaking up for people with disabilities. So do it.
Yeah.
You don't have to make a musical. Well, I don't have any. I'm not at the decision-making table at my company. I'm not there deciding whether or not we're going to build a ramp or stairs. I'm not in that position. I don't need this song. Like, no one needs this. Either send this directly to CEOs only, or just, and a more effective way of doing this, just go to those CEOs and talk to them about this issue and how it affects people, as opposed to, I'm going to make a condescending song. We're all going to condescend you with our song.
Yeah. Yeah.
You're all stupid and we're all smart, but don't look at the IQ chart because we. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah. You're not wrong.
And I wish they would accommodate me. They don't even accommodate me, a healthy bodied person at my work. None of our toilets are smart. Not a single toilet in our office is smart. They're all old, stupid toilets.
Yeah.
And at our old building, some of them wouldn't flush. It would be a cauldron of piss, and it would just be leaking all the time.
Yeah.
Accommodate me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want to poop and have my butt cleaned. I want a toilet that is a machine. I want.
Yeah. Yeah.
When I get up, it deodorizes the air.
Yeah.
So why won't my company be fair? Just give me the smart toilet that I want.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
We're going to have to write the whole song.
Yeah. Yeah.
I want a smart toilet and I want it right now. Gotta get my butt on that cute little thing. Gotta sit down on that toilet seat. Gotta have a smart toilet that produces heat to warm me down after the cold water shoots up my butt and makes me feel weird. Okay,
I want to be where the toilet decisions are made. I want to be where the toilet decisions are made.
And I want to go where the toilets are made. Take me to the factory where the toilets are made. I'm so amazed at how they make the toilets. Gotta see how they make those toilets. Putting them together and making them squirt. All the toilets put me to work. I'll make a toilet for a king. You'll make a toilet for me too. Okay. Thank you.
That was beautiful.
Thank you.
That was beautiful.
All right. Well, we should wrap this up. This was fun. But before we do, we have to say what we learned today. That's what I need to find out a sound effect for. We need to find some sound effect for what we learned at the end of every episode. Maybe the Stan on South Park going like, I learned today, or Kyle or whatever, saying that's what I learned today. It's always Stan, I think, right? I believe so.
Yeah.
This is what I learned today.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, all we have is...
Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies.
Tell us what you think. Well, tell us what you learned. Let me try that again. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Tell me what you learned. Come on, ladies. Come on, ladies. Tell me what you learned. Okay, what did you learn?
I learned that my job needs to accommodate me.
My job needs to accommodate me.
I want to be surrounded by flags. Everywhere I go, I want to see a flag.
Well,
that's what I learned.
That's good. I learned some new techniques on how to get these students to sit down and shut up. I already knew a lot of them being a teacher, but man, I really learned you got to write that name down, and you got to write it down twice.
Mm-hmm.
You got to. It's just like Santa. You got to list. You got to check it twice.
Right, and you got to keep the students away from where the decisions are made.
Keep the students away from where the decisions are made.
Yeah,
this song sucks now. Keep the students away from where the decisions are made. Where the decisions are made.
Lock all the students in the room. Turn off the lights and make them scared.
Well, we love you very much. Thanks for listening. We're going to head over to the couch for a Patreon. Check that out at patreon.com/workingcrasspod. It's a great place to get a bunch of bonus episodes. We just did one where I rode around in Byron's car and we did a podcast. We're going to do another one of those soon. It's going to be fun. Go check that out. There's a lot of really funny content over there on patreon.com/workingcrasspod. Thank you as always for tuning in. We love you and we'll see you next week. Goodbye.
Bye.